Good morning, California. Welcome back to Coffee and News, brought to you by my book, Simpin' Ain't Easy. 12 Steps to Embracing Common Sense and Rejecting Stupidity. I'm your host, Vince Travasi, and let's get into this thing. All right, from thedailymail.com. Tom Shoes founder Blake Makowski, hopefully I'm reading that right, reveals suicidal depression as second wife Molly Holm files for divorce 18 months after a lavish wedding. I can much relate to this guy, Blake Makowski. This article was written by Josh Boswell, uh, published December 6th. So it's a couple days old. Multi-millionaire Tom's Shoes, the shoe company. Multi-millionaire Tom's Shoes. There should be a apostrophe after that, right? Founder, because he's Tom's Shoes, right? Tom's Shoes is the owner. Anyway, whatever. Multi-millionaire Tom's Shoes founder Blake Makowski split from his second wife, Molly Holm, just 18 months after their lavish Love Festival wedding after confessing he had contemplated suicide. DailyMail.com can reveal Molly, 33, filed in Marin County, California, court to divorce the unlucky in love businessman on October 21st, just weeks after categorically denying rumors of their broken marriage. The filing came a week after Makowski revealed on his friend's podcast that he had been battling severe depression for the past year and been considering killing himself at his darkest moments. Blake, 48, who is worth an estimated $400 million, has two children with his first wife, Heather Lang, and was helping raise Molly's 6-year-old daughter from a previous relationship.
Let's take a moment to thank our sponsor, Mahalo Hosting. Mahalo Hosting offers competitive rates for domain names and web hosting. Why register a star in your name when your name can be your domain? Mahalo Hosting also offers custom high-level domains like .photography, .club, .us, and .tv. Visit www.mahalohosting.com today.
Ella. Daily.com spoke to two sources close to the couple who said they split this summer, though Molly rubbished the claims. Wouldn't rebuked would have been a better word. Rubbished the claims when contacted in August, saying that they were on a beautiful journey together, love each other a lot, and we are great. No, we're great. Everything's fine. House is burning all around me, but things are fine. They marked their 1 year anniversary in June, celebrating 12 months since their lavish Utah desert wedding at a $3,700 per night hotel with guests flown in a private jet. It was a spectacular and theatrical ceremony with Blake and Molly arriving at the festivities on the backs of camels and later partying in 70s psychedelic themed disco. But by the time summer 2024 came around, rumor was spreading through the couple's friends that the relationship was getting rocky. When contacted by the dailymail.com, both Molly and Brad declined to comment. Just a week before Molly filed divorce papers, Blake spoke out on his college buddy Tyler Ramsey's podcast, revealing he had been in deep depression and even contemplated suicide. Blake said that in June he was at the lowest possible point I've ever been in my life and had been struggling with pretty serious depression for over a year. Last April, I was at the end of my rope. I didn't really know what to do. I felt totally trapped, he said on the Painful Lessons podcast on October 16th. I didn't feel there was anything to look forward to in life. I was really consumed with these horrible, dark thoughts. It was really scary. He said a psychiatrist misdiagnosed him with bipolar type 2 and put him on antipsychotic, mood stabilizing, and antidepressant medications that he believes led him to become suicidal. Blake said he even tried electric shock therapy, but nothing worked. He spent 5 weeks at the Alternative to Meds Center in Sedona, Arizona, weaning himself off his medications with the help of another psychiatrist. The entrepreneur posted on Facebook about his struggle, saying that he was not cured but improving. Here are the court papers that were filed, at least the order of court papers that had been filed. Stunning dress. I could see why he married her. Let's keep moving. But he's made a few mistakes. This is why I'm calling him out as a simp. But let's keep going. Today I feel like myself again, and I am committed to continuing my healing journey and rebuilding my life. While I'm not cured, I'm on a path I believe will lead to lasting wellness, he wrote. One person close to McCoskey's told DailyMail.com that their children were informed of Blake and Molly separating in early August. At the time, Molly protested that Blake was just away on a trip hiking the Grand Canyon. The kids were told something different, but it had nothing to do with that, she told DailyMail.com. No papers were being filed, and we aren't splitting up. There's people that we think are our friends that are spreading rumors, unfortunately. We love each other a lot. We've been on a beautiful journey together, and we're continuing the journey, and we have a beautiful family. They had been living in Costa Rica, but later moved to Marin County, California, near Molly's family. It's definitely not Costa Rica, but it's very beautiful, she said, of their new home that summer. We're near my family, and that's nice. I grew up here. We're great. We're living in we're living life. We're in Marin, and it's really hot. Either way, by October their feelings had cooled, and they're in irreconcilable differences. That's a key word, gentlemen. Right? That just gives anybody the excuse to get a divorce. Irreconcilable differences. Had got the better of them, with Molly filing court papers in Marin County. Their divorce may lead to a tricky financial unpicking as Blake's $10 million Marin mansion was moved from his trust to being held solely in Molly's name. Coincidence? I think not. In January last year, according to property records, the serial entrepreneur and philanthropist founded Shoes for Better Tomorrows, now just Tom's, in 2006 after a trip to Argentina where he saw kids with no shoes and decided to donate a pair for each one sold. By 2019, the firm had donated 95 million pairs of shoes. It was valued at $625 million in 2014 when Mikowski sold 50% to Bain Capital. In 2019, he split with Heather, his then wife and mother of his son Summit and daughter Charlie. Within a year, he was looking for love again, even taking part in TCM reality show The Sexiest Bachelor in America. But he found his next partner off screen when he started dating Molly that year. Two got engaged in September of 2021. DailyMail.com previously reported an alleged hiccup in their relationship in May of 2022 when friends said Blake and Molly temporarily split After realizing there was a reason for that, there was a reason for that. After realizing they became so wrapped up in each other in a whirlwind romance that they needed to step back to concentrate on their kids. Blake sold his Jackson, Wyoming mansion for 65 million, then moved to Costa Rica, and allegedly even planned to adopt her daughter Ella. But friends said they soon found their adventure-filled life left too little time for their combined 3 children. We got to make some notes, man. There's just a lot to be said in that. They told me we're good friends and we just want to concentrate on our kids because we got so wrapped up in each other. One confidant told DailyMail.com anonymously. They were madly in love, and I think they just excluded their kids. I call bullshit on that. He was going to adopt Ella. I probably both got them thinking about the reality of things. Like, is she going to adopt his kids? Things just got weird. No, man, she wasn't going to do that. She was just all about her and her security. Had nothing to do with your kids' security. I think they didn't have enough time at the end of the day for their children, and they realized we need to put brakes on things and be great friends and parent our kids right now, the friend added. Another source close to the former couple confirmed to Daily Mail that Blake did end up adopting Ella. Oh, so now Blake has more child support to pay. And said he plans to continue help raising her through joint custody with Molly. Speaking to Daily Mail, this summer Molly said they put their kids first throughout the relationship. She certainly did. She definitely put her kid first. She set up not only her but her kid. At their June 2023 wedding, they were the picture of a loving couple surrounded by adoring guests. The desert nuptials were kicked off with a couple arriving on the backs of 2 camels. We already read that. Pictures were snapped. Home, who says she worked as an investment fund manager at Highbridge Equity Partners and studied at UC Berkeley, wore a lacy white wedding dress with a long veil and a train, and a sheer panel on its profile. She wore light jewelry. We don't give a rat's ass about that stuff. The wedding itself was held in Big Rock Mesa under the cliffs in an open air. Then there was a 70s themed disco. We already read that. The same month, Mikowski had pledged 100 million, a quarter of his net worth, to psychedelic therapies for treating mental health conditions. The entrepreneur said he hoped his donations would inspire others to invest in psilocybin, MDMA, and other mind-altering drugs with potential for mental health benefits. Joe Rogan mentions psilocybin and MDMA, low dose stuff. Life coach China Jones posted pictures from the event, gushed with praise. Unforgettable wedding, whatever. But now, just 18 months later, the fairy tale has ended. So that's the end of that. Well, let's see. Let's kind of this situation from the beginning. So they get into a hot and heavy relationship. There's obviously problems because they split up. So what happened? Well, she's a hot piece of ass. He's a rich millionaire, right? Hot piece of ass, has a kid from another relationship. Probably isn't doing all that well. Hooks up with an attractive, 6 foot tall, 6 pack abs, 6-inch cock, well over 6-digit income, right? Here's what he's getting a piece of ass. So they get in a whirlwind relationship. He has some mental issues regarding what those are. Who knows? Whatever the case may be, he's feeling suicidal, and then she decides to put the brakes on it. Right? Then she claims, "Oh, we need to focus on our kids." The thing is she got everything she wanted already. The mental illness was just the excuse for her to pop smoke and get the fuck out of the relationship. So, irrespective of what she had done, I'm not blaming her. She went in it, she got hers, and she walked. But here's where Blake fucked up. Number one, he hooked up with a single mom. Wrong answer, right? Regardless of how extraordinary she looked or how beautiful she was, hooking up with a single mom is a death sentence. Especially marrying a single mom is a death sentence for most men, right? He already had 2 kids that he needed to focus on. And yet he decided to marry this other individual. Again, this is his problem, not hers. He decided he's got 2 kids and a business that he needed to focus on, and he decided that he was going to hook up with some piece of ass. They probably hooked up. It was hot, steamy, and fiery all in the beginning. Never chose to vet this individual before popping the question. And by vetting, it's like he's a business owner worth $400 million. You need to vet these women. If marriage is your goal, right? If this is your goal, if you're a young man, over the age of 21, and you want to marry a woman, you found somebody that's hot, you need to vet that woman before you stick your dick in her. That's it. It's really that simple. Whether it be 60, 90, 180 days. I know I hear, the player community is just going fucking doing black backflips. Hey, look, if your goal is to plow as much vagina as you possibly can in the shortest amount of time, then have at it. Plow as many vaginas as you want. But if you're actually looking for a relationship, you got to vet that shit. You got to treat your life like it's a business. Before you get into any type of relationship, you need to treat that individual or as go through the hiring process, do the whole interview process. Think about future 30, 60, 90 days, 180 days into the future before you shack up with this bitch. The reason why you want to do this is because of the fact that you don't find out who she is until after you bang her. Follow me on this. Meaning, if you keep your dick out of that vagina, right, and you guys just hang out, like do daily things together, like, not even sleeping together. I'm like saying separated, but do daily things together, like go shopping, grocery shopping with her, go do some outdoor sports. Find out like what her lifestyle is like. If she likes to go clubbing and you don't, that's not a good fit. This is where I think this guy Mark fucked up. He ended up banging her. Oh, fell all in lust with her, right? Decided, oh, I'm gonna marry you. I'm gonna adopt your baby. Now she's set up with probably half of his fortune. So now he's got to split his fortune 3 ways, right? Not to mention that he had kids together, kids from another relationship. So he's got more money than brains at this point in time. I can't express this enough. I mean, in today's day and age, especially with the excuse of unreconcilable differences, it's like guys got to be way the fuck smarter, man. It's like, I get it. We're horny. Our lizard brain wants us to, bang everything that moves. I get it. I was there. I've been there. And just like I've said in my book, it's like you put in a lot of time, money, and energy, and you get little to no return on fucking investment. At some point in time, vagina just isn't worth it. You got to stop treating that genital like it's gold because it's not. And most of the women that are being popped out in this day and age, I said most, not all, most of the women that are being popped out in this age are very corrupt. I'm just going to say it. They're just in it for the gold. And that's your gold. You're the one with the gold. You're the one that needs to make the rules. You're the one who needs to have your own frame established. And then you invite the women into your frame. Anyways, I've gone off on a major rant. This was news and coffee. And again, a shameless plug here. First of all, let me thank our sponsor, Mahalo Hosting, for actually providing us a little bit of cash to keep us going. If you like what you see here, like, follow, and subscribe. Definitely share. And then a shameless plug for myself. A lot of what I talked about in this video is in this book, Simping Ain't Easy, 12 Steps to Embracing Common Sense and Rejecting Stupidity. It has to do a lot with relationships, addictions, and everything else in between. Anyways, you have a fantastic day. Love you, mean it.